Hello and welcome to Hospitality Hotdish, fresh from the oven. I am Kate Conroy, Vice President here at Hospitality Minnesota, which is a member-driven organization dedicated to educating, supporting, and advocating for Minnesota's hospitality industry. What you can expect from the Hot Dish are conversations with restaurants, hotels, resorts, and campgrounds, and the allied members who support those businesses in the state of Minnesota. We release a new episode every other Thursday, so be on the lookout for those. Speaking of which, you can find the Hot Dish just about anywhere you can download a podcast. We even put them up on YouTube, so check us out and don't forget to leave a 5-star review so that the algorithm gets us in front of other awesome people just like you. Special shout out to today's sponsor, Terratron Incorporated, which includes Marriott and Westin branded hotels near the Mall of America, along with several in the very up and coming community of Mankato, Minnesota. With me today is Tony Boen with Grandma's Restaurant Company, which includes the Adventure Zone in Canal Park, Belicio's Italian Restaurant and Wine Bar, Grandma's Saloon, Little Angie's Cantina, and the Garden Wedding and Event Center. And I think I'm probably missing at least one. Tony, say hi and let the audience hear your voice.
Hello, everybody watching the Hot Dish.
Thanks so much for being here.
Yeah, thanks for asking me.
Of course, of course. So we're going to get started with a very hard-hitting question. What is your favorite hot dish?
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm a trained home cook, meaning I'm a garbage hot dish guy. What's ever in the fridge, that's going in my hot dish. And but I'd have to say, if I'm lucky enough, my favorite would have to be a venison cheeseburger hot dish.
That sounds incredible. What other than ground venison and cheddar cheese, what else goes into that? Like a cream of mushroom?
No, well, I'm American, so there's bacon in it, and cheese and venison, but I season my venison different ways. But yeah,
All
maybe
right.
that's pretty much just about it. Like liquid cheese, like real cheese, cheese whiz kind of.
Oh. Oh, like the cheddar cheese, Campbell's soup cheese?
Yeah, that kind of cheese. Yeah,
Oh my gosh, that is
I
truly
throw a little blue
American.
cheese in there too. That's a pro tip
Your
because blue cheese
cholesterol must
enhances
be.
the rest of your cheese.
That's amazing. Okay, thank you. That is definitely an answer that we have not gotten before, so kudos to you.
Thank you.
All right, Tony, in terms of hospitality, what is your why?
My why? Well, I like to say that hospitality chose me. I didn't choose hospitality. Um, I grew up. My father was an industrial arts teacher and a carpenter when he wasn't teaching, and a coach and a bus driver and anything he can do. Back in the day. And my mom was had several jobs as well, doing hair, a librarian, and basically keeping our house together with my two brothers who were horrible children. Um,
Not you though. You were an
Not me.
angel,
So I thought I was probably
obviously.
going to be a carpenter or work in the construction. And I went to college at the U of M in Twin Cities and started working at Grandma's. We had a restaurant there at the time, right on Seven Corners. Everybody listened to this that went to school in Minneapolis probably remembers it if they were going to school back in the prior to the 2000s. But I started busing there, and I just started going to school less and working more. And it was funny how I got my job there. It's the only interview I've really ever had. I mean, that was 38 years ago.
Wow.
And it's the only interview I ever had, and here's how it went. There were some friends of mine from my hometown that were working there. They said, go get a job. I go in there and I meet with the general manager for my interview, and he's looking at my application. That my application. And he says, "Oh, I see you're from Olivia." I go, "Yep." And he said, "Do you have black pants?" And I go, "Yep." "Well, come on Monday at 10 o'clock." I said, "Okay." Some real
Amazing.
hard hitters. I nailed it. And
So
yeah,
impressive.
that was pretty awesome. Ever since then, I've been here. Since then, I probably conducted thousands of interviews, but I've made them asked a few more questions generally.
That's incredible. And so you started 38 years ago and you've
Mhm.
never felt the pull to go something something else, to go somewhere else, to do something else. It's always like you found hospitality and you were like, this is it for me.
Yeah, at first it was just a job, and I fully intended to complete a degree, but school really wasn't for me.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed being at work. As bartending, and we got grandmas in Minneapolis had a nightclub in the first floor, and a restaurant on the second floor, and a pool all on the third floor. So I got to meet all kinds of people. We were right next door to, the Metrodome was very close to us, as well as the law school. I met a lot of athletes and people like that, and got to interact with people I probably never had being from a small town. It was really it was fun. And I just really enjoyed being part of somebody's celebration just about every time they came in or something. There's a reason why you go out. And
Mhm.
especially back, in those days, you didn't generally go out every day or anything. There's a reason you went out, and it was usually a celebration or something special, a special occasion. And
Yeah.
so being able to be a part of that and maybe make it better for them, or at least, make sure it went well, that they left feeling good. And actually, ideally, they don't remember me at all. Ideally, they just remember they walked out thinking, this is just part of another great day. You know,
Hmm. And I would argue that although we live in a time when going out to eat is much more prevalent,
yeah.
going out to celebrate is still really special, even
Oh
though
yeah.
we go out to eat a lot. And the minuscule amount of time that I spent as a cater waiter, I can fully agree with you that it feels really great to be part of someone's special occasion and to kind
Right.
of cheer them on, you know?
Yeah, and that's what I try to instill in staff these days, or I have been, is just you never know if it's someone's special day all the time.
Yeah,
So make sure you yell everybody the same great service and experience as you can.
that's a fantastic answer. I like it.
Thank you.
Okay, we're yeah, yeah. We're gonna take a quick break and we'll be right back. Okay, welcome back, everybody. Tony Boen with Grandma's Restaurant Company. What is your favorite Minnesota escape?
Okay, I'm a lifelong Minnesotan. Go Vikes.
Go
Um,
Vikes.
but and I'm from a small town, relatively small town, just west of the cities there, Olivia, Minnesota, which is the corn capital of the world. And that's actually true because I can't remember which governor, but actually proclaimed it, and it's in the law. Minnesota is the corn capital of the world.
Okay.
And they have something called Corn Capital Days at the end of every July. So it's always fun to go to Corn Capital Days in Olivia, Minnesota. However, that
Wonderful.
being said, I had to get my plug in. Our favorite escape for me and my wife is to go to the Gunflint Trail and camp.
Mm.
Um, we camp in a camper because my wife does not camp without a shower and a bathroom and a bed.
She's a woman after my own heart, so
Well, I
that's
tell you
fine.
what, it took some doing, but she came around. And we love to go up to the Gunflint Trail. It's a getaway for sure. The people are so awesome, um, and it's quiet, and we really sitting by a fire and doing nothing is just about the best thing. Cooking a steak dinner outside is an awesome thing, and then going hiking is fun. And then there's a lot of little restaurants and great restaurants up there too. And there's great
Hmm.
lodging if you want to go cabin. Gunflint Gunflint Lodge. There's a lot of there's
Hmm.
something for everybody up there. Um, so if you're from Minnesota or around and you haven't been up the Gunflint Trail, try it out. It's really you'll want to go back.
It's a great answer. I have to say, like, I am not a an outdoorsy person, but I fully agree with you that grilled food outside tastes better than food cooked inside.
Yeah,
And food like cooked over a campfire just elevates it even further. There's just something beautiful and pure about cooking out over a campfire and eating on your knees, just sort of the way that our ancestors maybe did.
yeah. Plus, if you've had a couple of adult beverages beforehand, that food doesn't taste so bad.
Maybe that's why it tastes so good. Oh my gosh. Okay. Tony, can you talk a little bit about what you do at Grandma's?
Sure. Like I said, I started as a busboy, and 38 years later, I'm the head busboy. Uh,
I don't think that's true. I think you're
my
pulling
official
my
title
leg.
is Director of Operations for Grandma's Restaurant Company.
Yep.
Um, but in the end, that's what I am. It's still about serving people, helping my staff. That's what
Hmm.
we call them, server assistants now. I'm sorry, but that's their job, is to
Yeah.
help the staff as well as helping the guests. And that's my job. Only I have a few more restaurants to handle, and I do everything from menu development to purchasing, IT, human resources. Um, yeah, generally just yeah, I kind of do a little of everything.
Good Lord.
I love it
The
though.
the the list of what you don't do is probably pretty short.
Yeah, I don't do marketing because our marketing director is a super guy. He's super
That's
good at what
awesome.
he does. I don't do a lot of accounting because we have a super good accounting team. But we have some really everybody at Grandma's, especially up here at the corporate level and in our stores, we're all bottom uppers. We
Hmm.
all started out as a dishwasher or a busser or an entry level position with Grandma's, with the exception of a couple of accountants. But we've all been steeped in hospitality to get where we are. And since we've been with Grandma's, well, we care a lot about what's going on in those restaurants, and
Hmm.
it's really a team effort.
That's awesome. So Tony, what keeps you up at night?
Oh, I've gotten to the point where nothing keeps me up at night.
Ooh.
I uh I have concerns, I have frustrations, and um I remember when uh well going back to Grandma's Minneapolis, I remember the first Thursday night Vikings game ever at the Metrodome, and it was Vikings Cowboys, and there was a lot of Cowboys fans in town, and I was bartending. But I've never seen that little clacker, a little machine of death that's kicking out food tickets in the kitchen. Man,
Yeah.
it was nonstop. And I've always, at that point I kind of learned it's dinner. There's nothing I can't fix, or at least do my best to satisfy somebody that's having a bad experience. And I just got to do my best, and that's going to be good enough. I worry, about my staff. I worry about the future of our restaurants and what's going to look like in a few years. But I sleep fine, and I wake up the next morning and I say, "How are we going to tackle this?" And got a great team. Try and figure it out. We have a good time doing it, and yeah, I don't. Yeah, nothing really keeps me up at night.
That's a great answer. What a great way to live. That's fantastic.
Yeah, well, it takes a while to get there.
I suppose it probably does. Do you have
Yeah.
anything coming up that you'd like to promote?
Uh, well, yeah. Up here in Duluth, and Bentleyville is coming up. Right? I believe it starts the Friday after Thanksgiving. But Bentleyville.org or visit Duluth.org. You can find out all the stuff that's going on in Duluth. There's something going on up here all the time. But Bentleyville is truly a wonderful holiday light experience um, that runs until right up till right after Christmas, and it's every day. I highly encourage you to come during the week if you can. But I realize
Yeah.
with the kiddos, sometimes that's not possible. But either way, it's a really great event that goes on down at Bayfront Festival Park in Duluth. Um, but frankly, there's something every weekend in Duluth, and you don't have to come to Grandma's, but you should come to Duluth because it's a really cool town, man.
I have
But I
to
would
agree
love it
with
if you
you.
stopped at Grandma's.
Yeah. And I've been to Grandma's and it is fantastic. Your appetizers are out of this world. I don't even remember my dinner. The appetizers were so good.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, how can people get in touch with you if they need to make a reservation or talk to you about catering?
You can find grandmas on Open Table, or you can go to grandmasrestaurants.com, grandmasrestaurants.com, and you can access all of our restaurants from there as well. Um, Phone numbers and everything are on there. We're on Facebook as well, and all the other, we're on Instagram and Instabook, name it, we're there.
I love it. Fantastic. Okay, that is the show. One last shout out to our sponsor, Terratron Incorporated, which includes Marriott and Westin branded hotels located near the Mall of America, along with several in Mankato. Thank you to Terratron for the support. Tony
Yeah.
Boen with Grandma's Restaurant Company. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thanks,
And to
Kate.
all of yeah, and to all of you out there listening, we will see you next time. Bye.